Hi guys, Garrett here, aka AimBot, here with my guest Lefty,
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
and today we got a little special treat for everybody today. We got a little dual commentary, dual gameplay going on here. Can you explain the premise behind this? I'm not sure if the cinematics have begun.
They will in due time. This idea was begotten when aimbot, when you and I were actually talking during a game. We were just going into pubs and whatnot, and talking about doing dual comms. And you had the idea. You said, "Man, it would be great if you could somehow show both gameplays in a dual com. Like if two people were doing a dual com and they both were in the same game and had a good score, there would be a great. It would be great if there was a way to show that."
And I've seen it. I've seen people do it a lot on other channels like Predator and Grizz. But the problem with their channels is that I felt like that the transition between the two wasn't very smooth, and that or they would go with the total like the two screens, which you would usually find your favorite player and you would only watch his screen, or it'd be very distracting to the other page. So I thought it would be a really sick idea just to maybe show like a little kind of montage-esque, little cinematic going on there to transfer, and I thought it was a really great idea. It's not that easy. Come to find out, it's not that easy to do though.
No, dolly cam is definitely harder than I thought it was.
Got old Steven Spilsberg's.
Spilsberg.
Yeah, I started on that one. Spilsberg's. But anyway, the topic that I want to talk about today was that the topic of live streaming, and that I know a lot of people know that YouTube just rolled out the feature to live stream on their YouTube channels. So, and I'm wondering how people are going to start taking advantage of that. I'm really excited to see what other YouTubers are going to do, and whether or not it's going to be like a make or break for some channels, and some channels getting big off this, and some, not being as popular because they don't do it. What do you think about that?
I don't exactly know if it will be a break, like if you're going to look down on somebody because they don't do live stream.
Because I know some people won't actually have the ability to do it, even though they would, just because of the technical stuff that would be involved, as far as maybe their bandwidth isn't up to par, or their computer, or whatever it is.
But I think what it can be is, I think it can be a great tool to channels or to people, to a team that utilizes it, maybe not in the best way, but really in any way. Because I think there's a whole lot of stuff you can do, a whole lot of things that really haven't been thought about. Because when you think about it, up until this point, like I've said many times, I'm a relative newcomer to this whole YouTube commentating thing. But for the longest time, up until now, you have had to send your viewers to a third party. You have had to send them somewhere else to view your live stream or your live content. And what YouTube does now with their live streaming ability is you can consolidate all that, and so now you don't have to worry about doing the standard live stream gameplay, or you don't have to worry about the standard live stream open lobby. I don't even know if that existed before the YouTube thing. Did it?
I don't know. I don't think that anybody ever really live stream open lobbies before. I know people used to live stream tournaments and GB matches and stuff like that. And another thing that I'm really interested in is that Justin TV is necessarily not that much. It's not as popular as a medium as YouTube is. So on Justin TV, you're never going to get your full potential of viewers at the same time. But another thing is that YouTube. I'm not a big Justin TV person or any kind of streaming service, but I'm really interested in doing it on YouTube. But they just don't get all their viewers on Justin TV. And another thing that I've heard from people that do it is that YouTube doesn't do it as well as Justin TV right now. But they just rolled it out, so I'm really confident in seeing what they can do with it.
And it's going to be really interesting because like I said, having all this stuff consolidated, I think it's going to give people room to expand and try out new things with this live streaming capability. I mean, the DarthEmprie has been live streaming open lobbies, and there's a bunch of other things that you can do. I mean, we've been brainstorming ideas for the last few days since this capability has been rolled out. Are there any big ideas that have been striking you?
Yeah, I've been thinking that what would be really cool is to do like a live show, and I know you talked a little bit about that, like a top 5 place, kind of like a little sports center for video games. And I thought about some other ideas that we'll just see if those come to fruition. I don't want to say anything about it yet, but I don't know. What was your idea on the whole like ESPN top 5 live though? I don't know if it would go over that well.
Well, I think what you would have to, it couldn't just be a live top 5 or a live top 10. It would have to be part of a show. You know, like if you're live streaming a podcast, or if you were live streaming a roundtable discussion or something like that, you could use that as a change of pace for the people watching. Right? Because obviously you're not going to be able to throw it in the middle of a live stream set of games or open lobby. But if you're doing a live podcast, or if you're doing a live show of really any kind, you could say, all right, we're going to go now to this person, or we're going to show you the top 5 plays for this week or this month or whatever. And I think it can be used as a nice, really nice change of pace, so it's not the monotonous, you sit here for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, maybe even more, listening. Even though that could be interesting, and even though I know that people will find that interesting, or hopefully they will, but I think that would be a really, really nice change of pace that live streaming offers you in terms of having it on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I think that could be interesting.
Another thing that I'm really excited to see is that I know a lot of people do live commentaries, and I think it'd be really interesting for them to for instance, like live streaming their voice and doing that whole number with their gameplay. The only problem is that you're not as interactive with your fans when you do that, which is kind of like the opposite of what we want to do. We want to be really interactive with you guys, see your comments, reply to them, and talk to you guys and get your guys' feedback. And when you're playing COD, it's very difficult to do that, you know, be on your keyboard and playing at the same time. It's just, you can't really do it. And maybe in pre-game lobbies is about the only time that you could really sit back and, you know, talk with the guys in the stream chat. And another thing that I know YouTube doesn't have is they don't have moderators to help you out in slowing the chat down and
Sound it out.
moderating it.
Sound it out. It's okay.
Moderating it.
But it's still a new service, though. I mean, I think that's probably something that's going to have to happen, right? Because right now it's like the floodgates have opened in terms of live streaming, right? Everybody can do anything and comment and all that stuff. I think eventually YouTube is going to implement something like that. Whether it's you can have multiple people signing into the live stream to help moderate it and keep the flow going and stuff like that, or if you're going to have third parties or people you don't know signing in to keep track, or a bot program or something to keep track of the comments and all that. But you know, it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a really interesting next couple of months to see where this goes. And on your idea of live commentaries and live streaming commentaries, there are so many other ways that people can go with that too. I mean, you can do live reviews and stuff like that. For the longest time, Machinima has had the monopoly on live gameplays, right? For the most part, like if a new game came out, Machinima was doing it. They were the only game in town for doing that. Now, you can build a successful or a thriving subscriber base around this kind of thing, or use that to bring in more subscribers, more views, and interact more with your channel and with your subscriber base. And I think that's really, really cool.
Another thing I'd like to see from this, I'd like to see if I schedule an event for a live stream, I'd like to see that go into my subscription boxes so our subs can see that. Instead, I'm having to upload a second video, or a video saying to go watch it, unless they're just happen to be on our channel, because it doesn't come to the sub boxes. Then after the event is broadcast, they will go into sub box so you can go back and watch it, and that's how it's working right now. And I think that it could work a lot smoother to get a lot more viewers in, to get your full potential out of it. And I don't know, what do you think could broaden the audiences and bring more people in, as far as just publishing it to the subscription box?
I think putting it in the subscription box is probably all you're really going to need, or making it the top feed or the top video on your channel as well. Because if somebody just stumbles across a link to your channel, I think that would be really interesting.
I noticed one thing is that it's very difficult to kind of find it at times, because you have to go to the channel, then you have to go to live and click at the top. Otherwise, it's kind of hidden a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, those are all things that are going to change. It's going to be, I think we can both safely say that we're both very interested and very excited for what's going to be happening. So as we're checking out here, we've got to go. The gameplay is almost over, is over. How many live stream? I mean, DarthEmprie, let us know what you're going to be doing with that and take us out of here.
I think we're trying to live stream open lobbies like almost every other day, seems like now. And we'll definitely be doing those on the weekend, so I'd make sure to watch out for those. I'll be uploading videos when those are going on. Anyway, we're out.
Peace.